You need to hear this. If you're a fan of urban legends, this one will send chills down your spine. It's a tale whispered around campfires, shared at sleepovers, and even adapted into horror movies. But what if I told you that this spine-tingling story might be rooted in a real unsolved crime? Intrigued? You should be. It's late at night. The kind of night where every creak and groan of the house seems amplified. A teenage babysitter is alone in a two-story house. The kids are asleep upstairs, and everything seems peaceful. She sits in the living room, perhaps watching TV or reading a book, trying to pass the time until the parents return. The house is quiet, save for the occasional sound of the wind rustling through the trees outside. But then the phone rings. It's a jarring sound in the stillness of the night. She hesitates for a moment before picking it up. A man's voice on the other end whispers, "Have you checked the children?" It's a chilling question, one that sends a shiver down her spine. She glances towards the staircase, the darkness at the top seeming more ominous than before. She shrugs it off as a prank. After all, who would call with such a creepy question? She hangs up, trying to shake off the unease, but the calls keep coming, each one more terrifying than the last. The clock ticks slowly, each ring of the phone making her heart race faster. She grips the phone tightly, her knuckles white with fear. The voice on the other end becomes more insistent, more menacing. Finally, she calls the police. Desperation in her voice, she explains the situation, hoping they can help. They trace the call and discover it's coming from inside the house. The realization hits her like a ton of bricks. The danger is much closer than she ever imagined. The police rush over, sirens blaring, lights flashing. They know time is of the essence. They tell her to get out immediately. She bolts for the door, her heart pounding in her chest. She can hear the police sirens getting closer. But will they arrive in time? She escapes, only to find out later that the caller was upstairs, killing the children. The horror of the situation sinks in. She was so close to the danger, yet completely unaware. The thought of the killer being so close, yet undetected, is a nightmare come to life. Now let's shift gears. This legend is spooky for sure, but did you know it might be based on a real unsolved case? In 1950, Jeanette Christman, a 13-year-old babysitter, was brutally murdered in Columbia, Missouri. The details of her case are eerily similar to the urban legend. She managed to call for help, but the call couldn't be traced in time. Unlike the legend, there's no evidence her killer was in the house, but the eerie similarities are hard to ignore. Jeanette's case remains unsolved, adding a layer of real-life horror to the tale. The mystery surrounding her death continues to haunt the community. A young girl, alone at night facing a terrifying end. The urban legend captures our deepest fears of vulnerability and the unknown. It's a reminder that sometimes, the scariest stories are the ones that could actually happen. So next time you hear a creepy story, remember, sometimes the truth is even scarier. Like, share, and subscribe.